Hi everyone, it's Jill from Mykidstime, and we've just published a new article on our blog about dog breeds for families. So I just wanted to come on and have a chat about family dogs, good types of dogs, and some tips if you've been thinking about getting a family dog. And I'd love to hear from you if you've got a dog. What kind of dog is it? How did it get on with the kids? And any tips you want to share for anyone who's thinking of getting a family dog. So please comment on this Facebook Live if you have any tips, or tell me what kind of dog you have as well. So first up, when you're thinking about getting a family dog, is to consider the size of your house, the size of the backyard. It's good to have some space where the dog can go outside. And so depending on the size of your backyard or garden, you also must remember that certain types of puppies, while they might look gorgeous and small and cute, will grow to be large. So the size of the dog also dictates the amount of food that they eat and other stuff. So thinking about the size of your house as well. Some other things to think about are the type of breed and whether they're compatible with families. So I'll put up a link to the top 10 dog breeds according to the American Kennel Association, and I'll mention a couple of them in a minute. And then I think there are some things that it's good to be aware of before you get a family dog, some things you might not have thought about. But there's some practical things you're going to probably want to look at, some kind of pet insurance. It's easier if you get the pet insurance when you first get the dog, especially if they're puppy, rather than later. It can be cheaper, for example. And then in Ireland, for example, it's mandatory now to have your dog microchipped, so you need to organise that. The vet will help you do that. And you need to get a dog licence as well, and that's true in other countries and in different states as well. So before we talk about different breeds, just a couple of tips. I've got an article, 10 things that you need to know, or that I wish I'd known before I had a family dog. So first of all, it's if you get a puppy, it's like having a baby again. Well, it is, it's a baby dog. So if you're past the baby stage of your life because you're thinking about getting the dog for your older kids, be prepared to have a baby again and have to look after the baby's needs. So that's the first thing. The second thing that surprised me was my kids were adamant and promised faithfully that they were going to completely help with the dog. But actually kids just want the nice bits. They want to pet the dog and maybe play with them. So you are going to end up doing the brunt of the work. So just be prepared for that. And you also may need to incentivize your kids to help do poop patrol or take the dog for a walk as well. And the third tip that I want to share just now on this Facebook Live is you will benefit from having some dog training. What we did is we got a trainer to come to our house so that we were in the environment, but you might also like to take your dog to a dog training class so they can become a bit socialised with other dogs. So there's pros and cons to doing it in your home or versus going to a class, but definitely useful to have some training tips. Unless you have experience of dogs for a long time, then it's worth getting the training classes. So according to, I'm going to talk about the top 3 on the list by the American Kennel Club. So the first ones are Labrador Retrievers, and these are very loyal and friendly dogs and full of energy to keep up with kids as well. So they're a good choice. And then the second one on their list is Bulldogs, which are very calm and happy dogs, but can also be fun as well. So that's a nice breed. So that's Bulldogs. And another one on the list there is Golden Retrievers. They're very intelligent and devoted dogs. That's the kind of Andrex puppy that you might have seen on Andrex toilet paper ads. But they're very gentle and friendly, the Golden Retrievers they make. And our own dog is a cockapoo. So that's half Cocker Spaniel and half Poodle. And poodles are actually, I think, one of the more intelligent breeds as well. And obviously Cocker Spaniels are very playful. So the cockapoo, one of the reasons we chose that breed was our in-laws have a cockapoo already, so we saw how child friendly it was, but also doesn't shed as much, so it's hypoallergenic. If you have allergies, that can be a good breed. So actually that's something to take into consideration. So if you have a dog yourself, I'd love to hear what breed you have, or if you've any tips for people before they get a dog, type them in the comments there, and I will put up links to that top 10 dog breeds, as well as a couple of articles we have, things to think about and why it's nice to have a family dog. And I have to say, it is lovely, and it has changed us and made us more active as a family, which is always a good thing. So see you tomorrow. Michelle will be back tomorrow with a new project to show you, and I'll be back on Wednesday. Thanks guys.